This is the Morning Shower.
Brought to you by Late Night Hump.
Let the news wash over you.
With Jordan Freed,
Brendan O'Brien,
and Reena Ezra. These are your ShowerHead Lines.
A Texas woman was arrested for attempting to buy a child at a San Antonio Walmart, police say. The Texas woman offered $500,000 to another woman at the Walmart in exchange for her child while standing at the self-checkout last week. The woman in the self-checkout line was offended. You think sons cost that much at Walmart?
About 1,100 coal miners in Alabama have entered 2022 still on strike, more than 10 months since they walked out back in April last year, making it the longest strike in the U.S. since the COVID-19 pandemic began, and the longest in Alabama's history. Workers started the unfair labor practice strike over claims of bad faith bargaining by Warrior Met Coal over a new union contract including a $6 an hour pay cut and reductions in health insurance and other benefits as the miners switched employers in the wake of a bankruptcy. If those in charge thought that these coal miners would just roll over and take this, they must have been a couple of high-hos. High-hos. It's off to work, they won't go.
Walmart said Tuesday it has taken a stake in agriculture startup Plenty, becoming the first large U.S. retailer to significantly invest in indoor vertical farming as a way to deliver fresher produce to its stores. Indoor farms do sound like a good replacement for sprawling Walmart stores once Amazon puts them all out of business.
Scientists have begun growing human hair cells on mice in an attempt to do the same for bald people. Ernesto Lujan, a biologist and founder of medical startup De Novo, told MIT Technology Review that his company has successfully transplanted human hair stem cells onto a mouse. I already know what happens when you give a mouse a cookie, so I can only imagine that if you give a mouse a full head of human hair, naturally he's going to ask you to get him a box of Just for Men Daily Rejuvenator, or in this case, Just for Mouse.
Neil Young demands Spotify remove his music over false information about vaccines heard on the Joe Rogan Experience. They could have Joe Rogan or Young, Neil Young wrote in a letter to his manager and label. Not both. Well, I think what he's really saying is you're either young in America or listen to Neil Young in America.
Dancers for the Super Bowl halftime show are calling for change after historically being relegated to applying their trade for free in exchange for the, quote, exposure. According to alleged text messages obtained by Page 6, requests were apparently sent out to professional dancers asking for volunteers to perform at this year's halftime show and were expected to rehearse for up to 9 hours a day with no transportation provided. Sometimes they say, dance like nobody's watching, but in the Super Bowl's case, it's more like, dance like nobody's paying you.
Rescue crews in Istanbul on Tuesday cleared roads that had come to a standstill after a massive cold front and snowstorms hit much of Turkey, leaving countless people and vehicles stranded overnight in a completely frozen Turkey. Please, make sure you defrost the turkey before deep frying.
Bob Dylan has sold his entire catalog of recorded music to Sony Music, a landmark agreement that includes over 60 years' worth of music. While the company didn't disclose the price of the deal, Billboard magazine estimates that the recordings are worth about $200 million based on the revenue they generate. While the times may be a-changin', the only thing that never changes is that money talks.
Credit card company American Express said Tuesday that its fourth quarter profits rose 20% from a year earlier. Sure, take away the stimuluses so we have no money, and then we buy everything on credit. I'd take credit too.
A Michigan woman became a lottery winner after discovering a lottery prize in her junk mail folder. Laura Spees of Oakland County, Michigan, discovered winning lottery tickets worth $3 million in her spam folder while looking for a missing email after forgetting that she bought the ticket. Hey, one person's junk is another person's life-changing fortune.
President Joe Biden responded to a question about inflation being a political liability for midterm elections by calling the Fox News reporter who asked it a stupid son of a bitch. The move was the first time I haven't thought Joe Biden was senile. The SAT exam will move from paper and pencil to a digital format, administrators announced Tuesday, saying the shift will boost its relevancy as more colleges make standardized tests optional for admission. The ACT just entered the metaverse, so you can use paper and pencil still in a digital format. Checkmate.
Thank you for showering with us.
Lather, rinse, repeat every day before noon.
Scrub-a-dub-dub at latenighthump.com.